Hey, what up? What up? What up, good people? What up? We are back. Hey, 2 weeks in a row. 2 weeks in a row. The 6 Point Perspective. We're back for week or episode 13.
Point
Lucky
five.
13. Lucky 13. We just sat
Hey,
here and watched the Cowboys beat the Commodores uh in a shootout. In a
Zoom,
shootout,
zoom.
it was a game for the ages. Woo, boy. I guess we can smile a little bit. We can smile a little bit. But Rod, who's sponsoring us today?
He on
can't hear
mute
you.
talking.
You're on
Can't,
mute.
can't hear you, Rod.
Oh, there we go. Today's sponsor is Miss Pearlie Mae Jackson's Buttermilk Biscuits and Tow Truck Service.
Buttermilk biscuits and tow truck service. Okay.
Where they out of?
Where they out of?
Yeah.
Orangeburg, South Carolina.
Okay.
Orangeburg, South Carolina. They do stuff like that down there.
Woo, boy. All right, we're gonna go ahead and dive right in. Fellas. Did you all see Shannon Sharpe on Nightcap? And he had some choice words about some of our players.
On how they want to spend their free
Chat,
time.
that's why y'all Cowboys suck. Because two of your best players, this is what they're doing. That shows you how much the game of football means to them. That's what he told me everything I need to know.
Yeah.
All I got to do, I see better than I hear. Now, I heard what CD said. Trayvon doesn't do a whole lot of talking. I hear what Michael said. But my grandpa used to always tell my brother and he said, I see better than I hear. I heard what I heard what y'all told me, but I know I see that trash still in the corner when I told y'all to take it out. Everybody talks about winning, but do you take the steps in order to win? How is partying? You got your ass kicked. I would have left the stadium with a bag over my head. Ain't no way y'all seeing me leave the stadium. After I got beat like that, after I've gotten beat like that every game, 47-9, 37-10, 48-32, a yada and a partridge in a pear tree, and you do this, is disrespectful. It is disrespectful to the fans that pay their hard-earned money. But you know what? It couldn't happen to a better franchise because all they want to do is run his mouth and talk about what they're going to do. And this team, I've been around Super Bowl teams and this and that. And all they players do, because they take it from the top, they run their mouth and they ain't one dog crap. None of them.
No, dog shit. You can say
Not
it.
one.
It's okay.
And
Hey,
they talk about they know what it takes. You don't know what it takes to win because none of you guys have won. It is disgusting. It's disappointing that these two of your best players, this is what they think. See, it just goes to show you. See, everybody tells you what they think you want to hear.
Yeah.
But I see what I need to know. And it tells me everything I need to know. You can't convince me these guys care about winning because this is not what you do when you want to win. So what's in the club that's going to help you get better? Take your ass home and start the recovery process. This is why I couldn't play in today's time. Because guys, I don't care what they say. Guys, a lot don't care about winning. They like the bag. Yeah. They like what comes along with being an NFL player. You're going to get the baddest women. You're going to get to go to the clubs. You get to move to the front of the line. You get to go all these places. But everything, our brand, my brand, the Cowboys is the brand. Ain't one player on that team got a damn brand because you ain't won nothing, because you don't care about winning. You ain't got no leadership. That's your number one problem. Who's the leader? I'll wait for you to tell me. Who's the leader? Is it Dak? Is it Micah? Is it Diggs? Is it CD? Who is the leader of that team, Ocho?
I guess I'll start.
Yeah, go ahead, Kev.
I don't think it takes away their commitment from winning. I mean, it's after the game. Yeah, you can go back and watch film, but they are human beings. So, if that's the way that you want to unwind and get the loss off your mind, there's nothing wrong with that. And then you go back to the drawing board on Sunday.
Okay. All right.
I agree. You know what? I agree with Kev on this. I don't see anything wrong with it. Like Kev said, man, these dudes have a life outside of football, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? I understand that football is your job, but when you're not doing your job, you got to find some other things to do. I guess to keep your own sanity. We're not a very good football team. We could go into culture and beat that dead horse all we want to. I don't think we can say that they're not committed to winning. I don't think we can. I don't think we can say that. I think the Cowboys in general. I think they all want to win. They are very selfish. There are some selfish players on the Cowboys roster. CD being one of them. Podcast Parsons being another one. However, I agree with Kev on this one, man. I don't see anything wrong with them going and hanging out. I don't see a problem with it.
Yeah, I would say add if it was before the game or the night before a game, then we got an issue. But after the game, ain't no problem. That's my opinion.
So I'm torn on this because we talked about it a little bit the other day in the chat group. Part of me says there's nothing wrong with it because that's their job, like you said, Rod. That's their job, and so they played horrible and they went out after the game. I feel like fans hold professional athletes to a higher standard, so we have to remember they're human too. So, and like I said in our text group, if I go to work on a Friday and I have a bad day, and Hack is having a party Friday night, just because I had a bad day at work, am I not supposed to go to the party? Am I not supposed to go enjoy myself? But at the same time, they were shooting a video. So I think that's where people like Shannon Sharpe had a problem because there was a video, they were shooting a rap video. I feel like if they had just been like in the club, just relaxing and kicking it after a game, I don't think it would have been that much said. But because they were shooting a video, everybody's gonna say, "Oh, well, you just got the brakes beat off you. Now you shooting a video. You don't care about football." So that's I'm torn on it.
I think Professor Kobe has something to say.
No, I would agree with everyone's sentiments. This is their job, and what they do after their job, I think, is their business. I think that it's funny. Shannon Sharpe brought this up, and I'm pretty sure as a 20-something-year-old young man who just got in the league with money, that dude was in the club, going to parties after games as well. So I think as fans, what we tend to do is compartmentalize, and we want, players to feel the same pain that we do when our team isn't performing well. But the fact of the matter is, this is their job, and they have every right to, after their job, go out and, enjoy themselves. I mean, CeeDee Lamb was in a game, got hurt, trying to play through the injury. His shoulder was messed up. And so I don't think it's an instance where they don't want to win. I think they don't know how to win. And that goes back to that culture building that we talk about a lot amongst ourselves.
Also, let me just add this real quick. Also, in today's society, in the society in which we live, if they didn't record it, somebody else would have. So it would have gotten out. Even if they didn't record it, somebody would have said something about
it. Okay.
I kind of agree with what everyone on here is saying. I mean, at the end of the day, they grown ass men. I mean, they can do what they want to do. But I disagree with Rod about CD being selfish, because I was at that Atlanta game when he damn near tore his shoulder off, and that man refused to come out of the game. He did not. They made him come out of the game. He did not want to come out of the game because he was fighting. So yeah, at the end of the day, I think like Kevin Rod said, I think we put these pro athletes on a pedestal. I guess we think they're untouchable, which they're not. They have feelings, and who knows? They may have been obligated by a contract to shoot that video. No one knows. So like I said, at the end of the day, I mean, they grown men, they have a life after football. I mean, people handle things differently. Me personally, I mean, I took losses hard. I mean, as y'all can see today, I mean, hell, I didn't leave the football game until it got off. I mean, I took losses hard. I didn't like to go no. I didn't like to be bothered. So, but these kids are different now. These kids, they fraternize. I don't know if y'all was watching the game today. Shoot, Daniels and Parson, man, they out there chopping it up while the game going on. I'm like, man, what is this? Yeah, we didn't do stuff like that. There's no way that I'm hanging out with a guy from North Carolina A&T, a guy from North Carolina Central. I mean, there was no way.
Especially from Central.
Especially Central. Good Lord. We ain't doing
that. see, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not gonna let them bait me today. It's not gonna happen. Not gonna happen.
I think coach got a different perspective.
So, well, fellas, y'all know I respectfully disagree with every last one of y'all. I think, yes, they are grown. Yes, they can choose to do whatever. But Speedy, I'm with you. The competitor in me and the competitor in most, if you lose a game like that, the first thing I'm thinking of is not going to the club and shooting a video. Now, once again, they're well within their right, and you all are correct on that. And there's no refuting that because they are grown. However, they are professional athletes. They are being paid absorbent amounts of money to perform. And as fans, we shouldn't be taking it harder than they are. That's a problem. But we can't control that. I will say, to me, and I agree with Shannon, I just feel like there is a lack of commitment to I'm not gonna say winning because everybody wants to win, but I guess the question would be how bad do they really want it? Because nowadays it's all about the bag. It's about how much you can make. And I think, like I said before in the text, it goes back to a cultural thing. That is a microcosm of a larger problem with Dallas in terms of culture. Because uh if you're in the Patriots locker room in their day, if you're in the Patriots locker room, I don't think that's happening. If you're in the Kansas City locker room after a loss like that, I don't think that's happening. Because I think there are leaders that were in those locker rooms that will have something to say. And but we'll see how it goes. They went to the club and they won today, so there's no telling what they may do tonight. They may be on a yacht or on a boat doing something absolutely crazy. But you're right.
Hey,
You all are right. That's today's athlete. That's
hey,
today's.
y'all remember when AB made that TikTok video in the locker room when they jumped
Yes.
all on him for making that TikTok
Yes.
video?
Yes.
While
Yes.
Tomlin
I do remember
was
that.
giving a post game speech.
Man, he
Yeah,
went ballistic.
Yes.
He went ballistic, didn't he?
Oh,
yeah.
like
Hey man, hey look, they won tonight. Do you know them? Hey, them cats going to brothers. Them cats going to brothers 3 tonight. 14K.
oh God, there we go. that's a totally different conversation. And this
We got to
is
have that conversation offline.
yeah,
Jesus.
this is PG. We cannot have that conversation. But
Ooh.
but I guess the segue to something else we talked about because we Speedy does not like Dak Prescott. Let's go ahead and put it out there. It's not like Dak Prescott. So we had a conversation through text, and it made me think of a question that I wanted to ask to you guys today. And I want to start with Speedy in terms of answering the question. The question was, if we had a choice of any quarterback in the league right now, current quarterback in the league, The only person we cannot choose is Patrick Mahomes. So we can't have Mahomes. But if there was any other quarterback in the league that you would want to have playing for the Cowboys other than Dak Prescott, who would it be?
Oh man, I told you, Coach, I was torn between two people, Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. Oh man. I'm just gonna go with I think who's playing the best right now. I think Josh Allen is playing the best football right now. So I'm gonna have to go with Josh Allen. I mean, this is why I say I'm gonna go with Josh Allen. I mean, I just like and Lamar. I just like a dual threat, man. I like a guy who can run it and throw it. I mean, when the pass is not there, I mean he'll tuck it and run it. And Ford just don't do that. Someone told Ford that he's just a pocket passer. I don't know who got in his head and told him that. Maybe it was after he broke his ankle. I mean, and they told him to stop running. But after he broke his ankle, man, that cat just sits in the pocket and he just won't run.
Yeah.
I like a dual threat, man. That dual threat put pressure on the defense. I mean, just like the kid today from the Commanders, man, when they was running that read option, man, we couldn't stop it. We couldn't stop it. But it would have to be Josh Allen right now.
Okay.
But
Josh Allen. Not a bad pick. Not a bad pick. Rod, who you got?
I'm a Speedy in a sense. I'm torn. I'm torn actually between Lamar Jackson for everything that Speedy said because he's mobile, but something about Hollywood Joe, man. Something about Joe Burrow, man. Too cool Joe, man. I like that kid. It's like it to me, it seems like he doesn't get rattled. His offensive line is absolutely god awful, and it has been since he's been in the league. But yet he still stays in the pocket. It's kind of like he brushes it off. His skill set is ridiculous out there, man. So if he had an offensive line, he's got receivers, he's got a decent running game. If he had an offensive line, you can only imagine how much better that kid would be with an offensive line. But again, and he can move around a little bit in the pocket. He can run a little bit. Now he's not Lamar Jackson, nothing like that. The only reason I'm not saying Josh Allen, because to me, and y'all may disagree, and it's okay. I don't see a whole lot of differences between Josh Allen and Dak Prescott. I don't see a whole lot of differences between the two. They both turn the ball over a ridiculous amount of times.
hey, man, you need
Um,
to get your damn glasses. Another
Kobe's face.
prescription, man.
Kobe's
I don't, I don't,
face.
I don't see. I mean,
Brother, you know
that,
this is being recorded, right?
yeah, man. Listen, dog. Hey, listen, dog. I'm just
What in
saying,
the
I
man.
mean,
world?
I see. I mean, I know where you're coming from in
You,
the
you know where I'm
win
coming from,
loss,
right? Yeah,
and win loss playoffs.
wins,
Yeah,
losses,
in the playoffs.
turnovers, and
Yeah,
yeah,
playoffs. Yeah.
and throwing up on yourself all the time. From that aspect, yeah, I get what you're saying. Um, but like I said, man, that Joe Burrow is just special to me, dog. That dude's just special.
And I like Joe Cool too.
So cool.
Okay. All right. So Joe Burrow. Kobe, who you got?
So when this topic was brought up originally, I went with Josh Allen because I think he's the most physically gifted quarterback as far as athleticism. But after hearing you guys talk and being able to think about it, I think I would go with the young man that just played for the Commanders. And I'm gonna tell you why. Um, I'm a firm believer in being able to build up your team, right? Instead of paying your quarterback the market value. And Jaden Daniels has a very high ceiling. You know what I mean? So he's only going to get better. He's got the mobility, he's got the arm talent, he's got the accuracy. He only needs experience. And with that squad now being able to allocate those financial resources to other parts of their team, I think that is extremely beneficial and is going to serve them well in the next few years. So I'm going to go with the youngest, most talented athletic quarterback, which is Jaden Daniels.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Man,
Kev?
I know the Bears kicking themselves right now.
Ooh, yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see. Kev, who you got?
I'm gonna go a different route, and everybody made great points about mobility and things of that nature. But to use one of Rodney's terms, this dude can spin it. I'm gonna go with Justin Herbert.
That's
Yeah,
different. Okay.
he definitely
Okay.
can. He definitely can spin it.
He can spin it, bruh.
He can
He can
spin it.
spin it.
He can spin
He
it.
can spin it. Yes, sir.
Okay.
He
So
can.
he may not be the most mobile
Mhm.
of the quarterbacks we talked about, but the Joker can flat out spin the football.
He can
He
spin it.
can. That he can. Okay. All right. E, who you got?
Just because Rod took my answer, I'm gonna switch it up, and ain't nobody gonna like what I'm about to say, and that's fine. Baker Mayfield, man.
What?
Whoa,
What?
whoa.
I
Okay,
like Baker Mayfield.
The big
explain
show.
that one, dog. Explain that one, dog.
Now, if you look outside of the miscues he had in Cleveland, everywhere he's went, no matter who the wide receiver was, Baker Mayfield made plays.
He got good receivers in Tampa.
Both his receivers are down now. Both of them are down.
Godwin and Evans are both out.
Well,
Yes.
Garvin, yeah, they are. I
They
mean,
are.
but
And he takes what he has and he still wins. He still wins. I ain't saying that he gonna take you to the promised land, but
well, that's what we're trying to get to.
No. The question was, out of the current QBs outside of Patty Mahomes, who we take? My initial answer was Joe Burrow, but since Rod took that, because I'm in the mindset of I don't like agreeing with Rod, so I'm going Baker Mayfield. Because I hate agreeing with Rod because I love Rod to death, but I don't like agreeing with him because
I'd rather you agree with Rod on this one.
Because this is what we do. This is what we do.
I mean Joe Burrow. If Rod hadn't said Joe Burrow, I was going to say Joe. But I like it's just something about Baker Mayfield that I like. They sent him to Carolina, he won. When they sent him to the Rams, he won.
He won where? Carolina.
He didn't win in Carolina, but he was sitting in Carolina.
He was sitting there. I mean, he won a game. He won a game.
He did.
All right.
All I'm saying is
Cooper Rush just won us a game.
Yeah, but Cooper Rush been with the Cowboys for how long? Baker
Mayfield 7 years. They said 7 years.
Baker Mayfield's with Carolina literally 3 or 4 days, went in and won. Same thing when he went to the Rams. He got to the Rams 2 days before they played on a Thursday night and won.
He won a game.
Everywhere he goes, with limited resources, he wins.
Okay.
And he does not like Joe Burrow. He does not get shook. He'll throw a pick and come right back and throw a touchdown and be talking trash. I like his bravado, and he makes chicken salad out of chicken shit, basically. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So let me hit y'all with an honorable mention.
Can I give mine first?
Okay, give me some hat. Give me some hat.
Hey, I got an honorable mention too, Rob. I don't think no one get this.
If I had to choose, I would say Jordan Love.
That's my honorable mention, Coach. That was my honorable mention, Coach.
Come on now.
And I've liked Jordan Love from the beginning. Like I watched him in some mop-up duty games when Aaron Rodgers was there, and I was like, this kid has it. And yes, he has a lot of turnovers this year, but I think he has a lot of turnovers primarily because he's trying to force it. He's trying to make big plays, and he's been a little hurt. He's trying to come back, but I think with a sound offensive line and some good people around him, that dude is special. That dude is really special. And just to be able to watch what he did against us in the playoffs last year, kept his composure, delivered the ball when it needed to be delivered, ran when he needed to run. That kid has all the intangibles. I think everybody that y'all named could possibly do a pretty decent job. I think to Speedy's point, I want a guy that can do two different things. I need a guy that's mobile. Don't necessarily need to run all the time, but but have enough athleticism to run when he needs to. And I think Jordan Love gives you that. So yeah, Speed. I took your honorable mention. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, you good, Coach. You good. You good.
But Rob, who's yours?
CJ Stroud. I like CJ Stroud. I like him a lot. I like CJ Stroud. I like the moxie he plays with. I like the confidence he plays with. The Texans aren't exactly a juggernaut on offense or anything like that. They got some pieces though. They got your man. They got Kobe's dude Tank Dell out there, and they also got they got Diggs down there too, right?
Diggs.
So
I think Diggs is out for the season.
Diggs is
yeah,
out.
Diggs out for the
Hey,
season.
hey,
They got some pieces down there.
y'all know Tank Dell played with Maynard at A&M first, right?
Tank Dell is a monster dude.
Yeah, he's
That
good.
dude is a
He's
monster,
really good.
man.
He's really good. He's really good. All right. Well, look. So I guess going into our last question, transitioning out of pro football. Yesterday was crazy in college football. College football is really, really crazy. Alabama got smoked.
Like a pack of Newports.
Whoo, boy, did they get Ole Miss fumbled the bag. And so and Colorado gets beat by Kansas.
Kansas has been upset. Kansas has upset like what 3 teams that could have won the Big 12. The last 3 weeks, Kansas been on a roll.
So I know we have a couple on here that at the beginning of the year talked about Oregon. And Oregon being that monster. So for those, are you still with Oregon? And for the rest of the guys, who's your sleeper? Who's your sleeper? I guess it's easy to pick a favorite, but I think who's your sleeper down the stretch? Because now you realize I think we only have like 2 more weeks of the season, or maybe a week left of the season, and then we start the playoffs. Like, was it the 20th of December or something like that? So who's your sleeper? Who you got? Who you got? Who's your sleeper?
My sleeper?
Yeah.
Penn State's my sleeper.
Penn State
is a sleeper. Who did I pick?
Yeah, who'd you pick?
Who am I still picking to win it all?
Yeah. I'll say Texas. Texas, you
Come
picked
on.
Texas. You picked Texas, but
I said, and we go back to the podcast
we
did. We go back to the podcast. I think Kobe and Rod said, well, I'll let them say what they said. But I said Texas or Georgia. Georgia, they're suspect. Them boys in Texas, that defense is nasty. Defense win offense wins games, defense wins championships. And that defense is physical.
Okay.
I'm picking Texas.
All right.
And I feel like Texas, their defense can stop who Kobe and Rob about to say.
All right. Kev, who you got?
All right. So this is kind of my weakness because I don't really dive in and watch a lot of college football. I watch some games.
Except Winston-Salem State. You watch Winston.
I mean, yeah, I follow them. I do catch Ohio State games. My sleeper, I think I'm gonna go with Tennessee.
Tennessee. That's not bad. That's not a bad sleeper. Really not a bad sleeper. Wow. Okay. All right. Because they have everything. They have everything to that and they can really go on a run. I can see that happening. Cole, who you got?
Well, as one of the members who told y'all what was going to happen before it happened. But there are a few teams I like. I don't know if I could pick a sleeper because these teams are really good. I do like Texas. I actually think this might be Ohio State's year, believe it or not, because they don't have to deal with Michigan, and they got some exceptional people on the perimeter, like next level. I thought Marvin Harrison's class was good. These dudes they got now.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Hey,
they're
man.
guardable at that level of college football. So I could see Ohio State um, really making some noise and being a serious contender for the title. So I guess, I mean, they're really good. So I don't know if I could classify them as a sleeper, but if Oregon doesn't win it, I think Ohio State would be the team.
No,
Nah,
sir.
you can call them a sleeper because I
No.
mean they haven't won anything for a while. And Oregon did beat them, so you can
I
call them
was
a sleeper.
inclined to use them as a sleeper, but I think they're a little better than being a sleeper. So
Yeah,
If Ryan Day the head coach, they won't win.
I hear that.
If
Right,
Ryan
so-
Day, no. Let's
Yeah,
keep
so
in
now-
mind. Hold on. Let's keep in mind. This is the same man who had Joe Burrow and what's the wide receiver from that's at Detroit now?
Yeah,
Williams.
Jameson
Williams.
He
Jameson
had
Williams.
both of them on the bench. He had them both on the bench. He had Burrow playing behind Justin Fields.
Justin Fields.
Come on, man.
So
As
So
long as
now-
Ryan Day's the coach, they won't win. No.
so now
but maybe Fields was performing better in practice than
Yeah, I'm not.
Burrow.
I'm not. Yeah, that's. I mean, Fields did his thing in college too. So
Yeah, I'm about to say Fields was a heck of a
Fields
college player.
Did he win a national title?
No.
yeah.
What
He
did
did.
Joe Burrow do when he transferred with LSU?
Well,
Man,
he-
yeah, you-
No. Answer my
hey,
question.
dog.
Answer my question.
Yes, he did. He won it. I
Thank
give
you.
it up.
Thank you.
He won it. I give
Didn't
it
have
up.
Jamar
Now,
Chase.
What
Yes.
Jameson Williams do when he went to Alabama?
He balled out.
What award did he win?
he didn't win the Blitnikoff.
He didn't win the Biletnikoff. He was a
No.
finalist.
No, he didn't win the Blitnikoff.
Okay.
No.
I was
Nope,
about to
he
say I
didn't.
don't think he won it.
No.
But,
He did.
okay.
He did.
So
So
so because he had Fields ahead of him, he can't coach.
So to piggyback on my fellow Ramley, Big Cole, and with E actually, I agree with both of them. I don't think from a skill player standpoint, I don't think a team in the country has better skill players than Ohio State. I think they got the best wide receiver room, and I think they have the best running back room in college football. You got Judkins and Henderson back there, so they can rotate those two. O State got what's his kid's name? Emeka Ibuka.
Yeah.
And they got the freshman that is an absolute monster, Jeremiah Smith, out there. Now, like E said though, if Ryan Day can get out of the way, I think Ohio State is my sleeper team. Now, I like Tennessee with Nico and Lama Yama Yama. I like him. And Tennessee's defense is absolutely salty. They got two big old D tackles in there that are a problem.
I still the number 2 team in the nation. They can't be a sleeper. I mean, they number 2 in the nation.
Right. Like Kobe said though, all these teams are really, really good.
Ohio
like
State
said,
just like Duke
and
basketball.
like he said,
they loaded and then don't do nothing.
And
It's
like
like
he
Carolina
said,
basketball, same thing.
Oh, we'll get on that one later.
Kev, boy,
Hey, we'll get on that one later.
Kev be
Like-
hating, boy,
Hey,
bad.
man,
Sound like you're preaching to me.
Bad.
Hey,
Sound like you're preaching
look,
to me.
Kev, I'm sorry, man. Georgetown did not win in '82. It's okay. It's all
Still
right.
salty about it.
It's all right. It just
Keep it
led to
solid.
one of the greatest careers in basketball ever.
I'm salty about that. It happened.
Nobody told old boy to throw the ball to Big Game James.
Yep, it was a point shame going to the game. But anyway,
Yeah.
like he said, man, Texas defense is absolutely salty. They got some, in E's words, they got some dogs. They got some dogs, man. Number 0 at linebacker, the kid Anthony Hill is nasty. They got a freshman defensive end that I was talking about. I think the kid's name is Simmons. I think that's the kid's name. Number 11, grown man. Texas defense is stink. But if Ryan Day can figure it out and just get out of the way, I think O State is nasty, man. They are nasty. It's like, how do you stop those dudes? If you load up on a run, they got wide receivers that can beat you, and a tight end is nice. If you drop back in coverage, they got running backs that can hurt you. So if there's going to be a sleeper, so to speak,
who's Ohio State quarterback?
I mean,
Will Howard.
Will Howard,
Yeah.
Kansas State. He transferred to Kansas State.
Don't trust.
Yeah, he transferred to
When I
Kansas State.
saw him like the first 2 games, I was like, "Who is this dude? He's not good." But he was throwing that thing yesterday.
Hey man, just
So
get it
so
to the hey,
Speedy, so
just get
Speedy,
it to
who
the
you
playmakers,
got?
dog.
I picked Georgia. But I mean Carson Beck. I mean he had a good game yesterday, but I mean who they played? I mean he didn't play no one
Play
yesterday.
UMass yesterday.
Carson Beck has. I mean his stock is falling every game. I mean he just don't look the same, and that's because Georgia don't have no perimeter players. I mean they got some nice running backs, but they don't have no receivers. And Georgia defense is not Georgia defense. I mean, they got that stud out there, number 11. He's a stud, but it's not the Georgia defense that we're accustomed to. Hell, that team, hell, they marched them down the field on them in the first half. I mean, they couldn't stop them. But I guess my sleeper, because I mean, you guys said all the right things about Ohio State. I mean, they got the perimeter players, they got a running back. My concern with them is quarterback play when they get in the playoffs. But my sleeper is Notre Dame.
Mm,
Notre Dame.
mm,
That's a good
mm,
one. That's a good one.
That's a really good one.
That's
Didn't
a
they
good
lose
one.
to NIU?
That don't matter. It don't
Yeah,
I know.
matter. That
hey,
I'm asking the question.
yeah,
Yeah,
they
they
I'm
did.
did,
throwing
they did,
state.
they
They
did,
did.
but they
they
they've
I
been
did,
playing
can't
lights
remember.
out
and
since.
they got better after that.
Yeah, they've been
And
playing lights out since.
thing about Notre Dame is they are physical on the offensive side and the defensive side. They are physical.
Yeah, they are, man. They got their running back is nice. What's his name? Love? What's his name? Love?
Yeah.
Something like that?
Is Notre
Yeah,
Dame part of the ACC or are they going in as an
no,
at-large?
Nah,
they're independent.
Basketball, they
in
are part of
basketball they
ACC.
are.
Basketball,
In
in
basketball they
Basketball,
are.
yeah,
basketball, and just about everything else, they're in the
yeah.
ACC. But
The
football,
Hey
SEC
man,
is dumb,
hey,
and
the
man,
ACC is dumb
ACC is
for allowing
stupid
them
for
in
that.
there like that.
yes,
Yes, that
yes.
They don't want to give up the TV contract rights to
hey
Exactly.
NBC.
the NBC
Exactly.
money, baby.
Yeah,
The NBC money, dog.
they would
So
have had to have given up that contract for them to join the ACC in football.
That's a fact.
So since we talk about ACC, when the hell did SMU get in the ACC?
This
well,
is their first year.
It's their first year.
That's
I haven't given them a
And they
sleeper
play
yet. I haven't
and
given them
they're
a
gonna be
sleeper
playing
yet.
for the championship.
I haven't given them a
Man,
sleeper yet.
Yeah.
And
So,
so
hey, what's the sleeper?
thank you, Kev. Thank you, Kev. Because my sleeper is SMU.
And man, we're gonna take care of them in a couple of weeks, coach.
That's my sleeper.
and I almost said them too, but go
Yeah,
ahead.
they are my sleeper, but I will tell you this much. Because they're pretty complete on both sides of the ball. They're pretty
Yeah.
solid on both sides
They
of the
got some
ball.
skill. They got some skill.
They
They
got some
definitely got some
skills.
skill.
They tough, dude.
They are
They tough.
dangerous. But I'm
They
gonna tell
tough.
you, it's hard to bet against it's too hard to bet against Georgia. And the reason I say that is because they're battle tested, and when they need to win, they know how to win. They went in to Austin and they beat Texas. We can talk about how bad they played, but when they need to win, they win. And they almost came back and beat Bama if the receiver doesn't make a great play at the end of the game. So I think it's and because Bama lost and because Ole Miss lost, I honestly would if Ole Miss would have won yesterday, that would have been my sleeper. But I think Lane Kiffin is just a wild card, man. You just don't know what you're gonna get with him sometimes. Sometimes when you think he's like Luther Vandross's curl. Like it just wouldn't quite like you can't once you start feeling good about him, he'll do something and you're like, what's wrong with you?
And
Uh
this quarterback played like that yesterday.
yeah, yeah. It's like he's always been inconsistent as a coach, and his teams reflect that. They're just not consistent. So I would say SMU. We'll see. You can't sleep on Miami. Miami's been playing
You
good.
know,
Like
Miami's my team, coach, but we just let teams stay around, man. We just don't put teams away. Like Wake
Defense,
Forest.
bro.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I agree with you,
Defense,
Rodney.
man.
I agree with you,
Defense,
Rodney.
man.
but I think
Defense.
I
We
think
just
a lot of
Regardless.
that. But I think a lot of that is the conference, though. I think
Oh,
if you played in a different conference, not to say I think you would probably have a similar record. The only conference that I would probably say you probably wouldn't would be the SEC. But I think if you played anywhere else, you be competitive and you be beating teams. I think the ACC is just so just besides Miami, besides SMU and Clemson, when they decide, Clemson's another one. You just don't know what you're gonna get with them. Um, it's not much there. It's like the drop off is tremendous, and so you just don't know. You just don't know. So
I mean, when you think ACC, coach, you just think basketball. I mean, that's what I think of. I
yeah,
don't think
Bottom
football.
line.
yeah.
Bottom line.
I think
Bottom line.
basketball.
You
Bottom
you
line.
you can't help but get away from it. But I will say, when Clemson was playing well, when Clemson was at its height, Florida State was right there. Miami was competing with. I mean, the ACC for a minute there was okay. Like you couldn't. It was top heavy. It was top heavy, but those top heavy teams were contending for national championships. So it wasn't like they were just there and it's that their name was right there. So but when your top tier teams start falling off and they're 500, then it just really makes the conference look terrible. So
I tell you what, coach, Georgia better watch out for Georgia Tech. It ain't gonna be no easy game.
oh no,
That is
that's not gonna be an
that
easy
is
game.
not gonna be hey Speedy, you talk about physical. Georgia Tech is physical, bruh.
Yeah.
And the quarterback ain't bad. The quarterback ain't bad. Haynes King is not bad, man.
Oh, he's nice. Oh, he's nice.
Yeah. Haynes King is not bad.
Hey, like they say, hey, the white boy can play.
He can play.
I think it's gonna come down to whoever has the best quarterback play. Who's gonna like? I feel like Ewers from Texas, the kid from Oregon, and like you said, Miami, Cam Ward. I think it's gonna come down to quarterback play, man, for whoever wins the national title, whoever goes on that run. Of course, the defense is going to have to be. It's going to have to be stout defense, but it's going to come down to quarterback play. And like your boy Speedy in Georgia, if he gets on a tear, but they got to get in though. They might not even get in.
They're gonna get in. Well, if they beat Georgia Tech, they're gonna get in.
Yeah. They said the ACC was all SMU locked in a spot, but they said it was still a toss up. So for the other team. So
well, I know Miami has to beat Syracuse, then Syracuse and SMU play for the ACC championship. If Miami loses, then they'll put Clemson in, and it'll be Clemson and SMU. So it's a lot of scenarios still.
I'm excited. I'm excited because there are going to be less opt-outs this year.
That's right. That's good football. It's a lot of good football.
Yeah, I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
Hey, I got something to say.
Okay.
How about them Cowboys?
they won a game. Oh my God, they won a game.
That's all I got. That's all I got. That's all I got.
So look, we got parting shots, but Cole, I'm gonna let you go ahead and have a parting shot for the day, and then we're gonna go ahead and wrap up.
I got one before Coles gives his parting shot.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of breaking news. South Carolina's 43 game win streak is on the line. They're down big numbers at UCLA.
Yeah, I know they were playing UCLA right now. I think that the early score what's the score now?
It's 57-36.
Oh yeah, how much time?
It's 4:20 in the third quarter.
Hey, coach. I know Kobe and Coach. I know y'all watch a lot of women basketball, but I was looking at the previews when the Cowboys playing, and at Iowa State, y'all seen that big old girl at Iowa State?
Yes. Yeah.
She's
a big girl.
I haven't seen her. She's a big girl.
Man, she look like E out there.
Hey, she.
Hey, Speedy. Hey, Speedy.
Hey, no disrespect, E. No disrespect, babe.
Hey, Speedy. Hey, Speedy. Peep this. I know Hack will see it. I know Kobe see it. I'm pretty sure Kevin see it too. I don't know about E, but listen. Watch Notre Dame's backcourt. Good God. Hey man, they went to USC yesterday and put them jumper cables on. In the words of Speedy, They put them jumper cables on USC yesterday, dog. They got a backcourt that ain't no joke.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, but
Man, listen.
UCLA women's basketball is pretty good. They're pretty good. They're over the past, I want to say probably over the past 7 years or so, they've been consistently good. And they played USC pretty tight in all those games. So I'm surprised that the score is what it is. I'm not surprised that they're playing them tight. Like, and that they're winning. I figured it would be a close game. I just didn't imagine them being up by 20
Right.
against the defending national champion. But I think too, a lot of that, South Carolina they're falling victim to what all schools fall victim to when you have that much talent on a team and then you're returning. You have to come ready to play every night.
Every night, yeah.
Every night. And I think they're starting off like people are gonna lay over and die. No, they're gonna give you their best shot. Everybody's gonna give you their best shot every time they play you.
It's good to lose now versus later. So
that's right.
True.
Go ahead and get it out of the way.
True.
Hey, and before the party shot, Michigan's got a girl, dog. She's a freshman. She put I think Kev told me to turn that one on. Michigan got a girl, man, that put like 30 and some change on South Carolina, and she's a freshman.
Yeah.
Really?
She is like that, bruh.
Well, the great thing about women's basketball now is that it's parity. They're going everywhere. So the kids aren't just going to UConn. They're not just going to Tennessee. Right now they're not even just going to South Carolina. They're spread out, and it makes the game better because now people are going to really watch. You give people their flowers and give them their credit when credit's due. Caitlin Clark did a lot for the game, and so did Angel Reese. So and so hopefully they keep growing it. But I think the product has always been there because I've been following it. Just hadn't gotten the notoriety that it's getting right now. So thanks to them for that. Ooh, is that the drop though? Is that
Rodney? Cigar went out.
Lord, I'm gonna see.
He was sitting outside. It's dark outside.
Hey, E, did y'all make playoffs?
Hey, Kobe, go ahead and hit that parting shot, dog. Hit that parting shot. Hey. I'm still rapping my squad, but no, we didn't make it.
No. I thought everyone made the playoffs though, isn't it?
Nah. Everybody made the playoffs.
It's first time in a long time. Durham got 3 teams and going to the 3rd round. So I'm like shocked, but shocked, but it's a good thing. I think they're three good teams and they're playing pretty well. So, all right.
Yeah, my little cousin, he left us and went to Hillside, and he doing his thing over there. So it is what it is.
All right. Well, I was trying to wait for Rod to come back on, but Cole, go ahead and give your parting shot.
All right. Well, today's parting shot. You have to. Oh, I'm sorry. In order to get to it, you have to go through it. So what that means to me is that a lot of times on the other side of failure is success. So you have to, persevere through hard times in order to get to where you want to be. I think perseverance is one of the most enduring traits about a person and can serve them well. And so my parting shot is in order to get to it, you have to go through it.
All right. It adversity builds character. Definitely. And look who's signing back in.
Case in point.
This
guy.
Kobe. Case in point.
Hey, Kobe. I know that picture that you took at Winston. How much did you weigh when you was at Winston?
I was let's see. As a freshman, I was like 190, like 6'5", 190. And then I put on 40 pounds to play basketball. So I was about 220, 230.
220. Okay. I had to look twice. I'm like, damn, is that Kobe?
Yeah, I was little back then.
Yeah.
Oh man. So All right, ladies and gentlemen, with that's a wrap for us. So hopefully we'll be back next week for episode 14, but we'll see. Hopefully we can all get together. We can all get together.
It all depends on that girl down there, Rodney.
Might be tired.
But
My
look,
dog. That's my dog, though.
look. But until next time, we'll see you when we see you. Peace.